in the between of the class. If I won't see the chats at sometimes, I may not be able to see the chats also. Acha, wait. Okay. So this is what important point. One very important point. Everybody listen to me. This adding one, taking it means what has happened. See, after adding one, actually what happens? Children, pay attention. What happens? See, this was your numerator and this was your denominator. When you add one, it becomes what? Numerator plus denominator. Okay, or let me make this like this. This was your numerator, this was your numerator plus denominator upon denominator. Yes or no? When you add one.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
And this procedure in mathematics is called as componendo. The word is componendo. Means what? Numerator plus denominator divided by denominator. Okay. It is actually there for equal ratios. It is there in our state board books. Unfortunately, are not there for our CBSE books. So we never study this. But it is actually nothing but adding one. In case of adding one, if I would have subtracted one, then what would happen? If AD upon DB minus one, if I would, then what would happen? You tell me the result. Numerator minus denominator upon denominator, because this DB again goes there. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So this numerator, see, in our state board books, numerator plus denominator upon denominator. This process is called as componendo. Some word is called as componendo. Numerator minus denominator upon denominator is called as dividendo. Dividendo. There is something like this. You tell me now what you will call this as. Numerator plus denominator divided by numerator minus denominator. What could be this? This is nothing but componendo.
Dividend.
Not upon. Actually, we don't say upon, but it is componendo dividend. So componendo occurs at numerator, dividendo occurs at denominator. Okay.
Yes, sir.
And,
Yes,
and
sir.
one more thing. See, 8 upon 4 is equal to, am I right in writing this? 6 upon 3, am I right?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Right? Because 8 upon 4 is what?
Equal
2
to.
upon 1, 2 upon 1. Yes or
2
no?
upon 1.
Yes, sir.
Now, if I take the reciprocals, what do we call it as? Taking reciprocals. Yes or no?
Yes,
4,
sir.
4 upon 8. Will it be equal to 3 upon 6?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes.
This is called as invertendo. Invert. उसको उल्टा किया मतलब invert किया. So invertendo. Any difficulty about these words? Componendo, dividendo, and invertendo?
No, sir.
No. Now see, children, see. If I take 4 here, can I transpose 6 here? So see what I'm getting. 6 upon 8 is equal to 3 upon 4. Is it? 2 3s and
Yes.
2 4s. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Numerator goes to
Yes.
the right hand side and becomes the denominator. Denominator comes to the left hand side and becomes. What we have done? Alternate. Numerator went
Yes.
to the denominator. Denominator came to the numerator. This process in our state board books, they call it as alternando. Words are only suggesting. Component, to component means to add. To dividend means to subtract. So addition, subtraction, reciprocals, and cross multiplication. These are the simple words. Any difficulty about this?
No, sir.
No.
No, sir.
No, sir.
Now, children, listen to me. This is not required right now. In our exam, it is not going to come. For our board exam, it is not going to come. But when you come to grade 11, you'll be needing all these things. And all of a sudden, the grade 11 teachers start telling it, okay, apply the component over here. And all others means now when you come to grade 11, all the board students will come and mix with you. State boards will come, CBSE will come, ICSE will come. They will start doing it component because they know what is component or dividend. And we feel like left out. ये सबको आता है, हमको क्यों नहीं आ रहा है? Why don't we understand these things? And then many a times, I'll tell you what happens. It's not our fault, children, that we are in CBSE school and this is not there in our CBSE syllabus. It's not our fault. Because why it is not there right now? Because again, it is as it is there when you come to grade 11. So CBSE said, अगर 11th में सीख रहा है तो वापस फिर से 10th में क्यों पढ़े? So they have not included it. It's not required for us. But then, unfortunately, some of the teachers say that तुम लोग गधे हो, तुमको ये नहीं पता, वो नहीं पता. So at that time, don't mind. I have just introduced to you this part, componendo, dividendo, alternando, invertendo. Nothing difficult in that. In grade 11, you're going to learn, but just it is nothing but adding one or subtracting one. Remember that. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Sir.
So one part I have made clear, componendo, dividendo, what it is. It is adding one or subtracting one. Now, second point I want to make a clear. See here. Whenever we are adding one or subtracting one, over here in the previous page, where do you think is the change occurring? Is it occurring at the numerator or is it occurring at the denominator? Whenever you add or subtract one, who changes? The numerator changes. The denominator db has remained as it is. Yes or no?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Always the
Yes, sir.
numerator will
Yes.
change. Whenever you apply this componendo part or the dividendo part, the numerator will change. Now, again, I'm coming back. What I already have with me, AD upon DB is equal to AE upon EC. I already have with me. Yes or no? Already we have.
Yes.
Part upon
Yes,
part is equal to part upon part. And what do we want to prove? We want to prove that we want to prove that AD upon AB is equal to AE
Part
upon
whole.
AC. Means the
Part whole.
numerator has to remain the same. Numerator, there is no change expected. Change is expected at the denominator over here. And for that purpose, what I will do, first of all, I will take the reciprocal over here. So I will change. Reciprocating will make me dB upon AD is equal to AE upon EC. And now if I add 1, then dB plus AD will give me what? AD.
AB.
Are you understand? AB.
AB.
AB. And again, I will take one more reciprocal. So again, bring this AB back to the denominator because I want AB at the denominator. Are you understanding?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
But the point over here, important point over here is that part in the fraction, listen, the part in the fraction which we don't want to change must go to the denominator, because in a fraction always the numerator changes, denominator never doesn't change. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Sir.
I'm repeating my point. It's a different point. I'm repeating my point. Whenever we perform any operations on fractions, the numerator changes, denominator doesn't change, and that is why the part which you don't want to change, bring it to the denominator. Okay, this we are going to write as a note. Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes.
Chalo. Let us continue with our sum. Now we know anyways, if you want a whole, you have to add a 1. Yes or no? To get a whole, we need to add 1. Yes or no, children?
Yes. Yes, sir.
From part, if you want a whole, it is always adding 1. Adding 1 is to the numerator. That is what we are going to do. Little by little. So now in the question, everything is given. So no need to write given and to prove. But when the naming is not given, when we draw a particular figure on our own, we always have to mention. But here no need to mention, directly we can start with the proof part. So let me start with the proof part. Always, I have told you yesterday only, whenever you want to apply the BPT, you have to mention in which triangle, which line is parallel. And then you can apply the BPT, always. Okay. So let me write the proof. In triangle ABC, they have given us DE parallel to BC. Dot, 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 given. Always this will be the first line in the PPT. when you're going to use the PPT. Therefore, by basic proportionality theorem, yes, by according to PPT, what are we going to get? AD
AD upon DB is equal to AE upon C.
correct. AD upon DB is equal to AE upon EC, out of which AD and AE I need. I don't want them to change. I'm going to take taking reciprocals or invertendo, whatever you want, you can say. Taking reciprocals. In brackets, put the word invertendo. It is nothing but invertendo. Taking the reciprocals. By BPT, you get this ratio. And by taking the reciprocals. So now we have to go to take the reciprocals. Let me write. DB upon AD is equal to EC upon AE. And because I want to whole, I need to add, adding 1 on both the sides. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So tell me how are you going to add 1 on both the sides?
DB upon
AB
AB plus
upon
1
AD plus 1
Is equal
is equal
to
to EC
EC
upon
upon
AC
AE
plus 1
plus 1.
correct. And
plus
then
AD
so DB plus
plus
AD
upon
whole
AD
upon AD
is equal to
EC.
DB plus AE upon AE
And what is DB plus AD?
AD AB
upon is equal to AC upon AE.
AE
And again, what we will do now? Again,
Reciprocal.
reciprocal.
again one time taking reciprocals. Yes or no?
yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
AD upon AB is now equal to AE upon
Upon.
AC.
Proved.
Hence proved. Hence we have proved the required result. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Hence proved. Any difficulty?
No, sir.
No, sir.
What changes?
Numerator changes.
Double plus
Numerator.
1.
Always the numerator changes. Always the
Yes, sir.
numerator changes. It's very important. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Good. There is one important sum. Before I move on to the next example, just let me check where is that sum. I guess it is there somewhere in the similarity part. Then we have to prove it again. Okay. Chalo, koi baat nahi. That is later on. Now one more thing, children. Particularly this chapter triangles. I don't think many questions will come for MCQ part. Of course, it will be there, no doubt in that. It will have some weightage in the MCQ part also, but more of a proving part is there, geometrical part is there. Concept clearization is important. We will do it slowly and steadily, each sum with understanding. Okay, we are not in any kind of a hurry. Lot of
Yes,
time is
sir.
there with us.
Yes, sir.
Example number 2. Let us continue. This was our example number 1 from our textbook. I hope all the textbooks are closed. Don't open your textbooks right now. It's not needed. Example number 2. Let me check the question. What is there in the example number 2? BCD is a trapezium. Show that E and F are points on the non-parallel sides, AD and BC respectively. And EF is parallel to AB, so that AE upon ED. We have to show that AE upon ED is equal to BF upon FC. Draw the figure what they have given to us. This is a smaller side AB, this is a longer side.
Yeah.
CD. So A, B, C, D, in which AB and CD are parallel. E is on AD, non-parallel side. F is on the non-parallel side. BC, EF is parallel to AB. If EF is parallel to AB, that means EF is also parallel to DC because line parallel to the same line. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
What do we have to show? AE upon ED. What is AE upon ED? AE upon ED is equal to BF upon FC. So again, it is part upon part equal to part upon part. But where do we have part upon part? Do we have it in the trapezium? BPT is applicable where?
Triangle.
Triangle,
Triangle.
not in the trapezium. So what can we
Yes,
do
sir.
here?
Construction.
Suppose if we join one diagonal AC. Suppose if I join diagonal AC. Let me take this point as X. Can you see there can be a BPT in this triangle? Can we apply BPT in this triangle?
Yes, sir.
What
Yes,
do we
sir.
get? AE upon ED
Upon
is
is
equal
equal
to
to A upon XC.
XC. And if you consider this triangle, again there could be BPT. Same
Yes,
AX
sir.
upon XC would be BF
Fine.
upon FC. Yes or no? Reverse BPT.
Yes, sir.
So AE upon ED also equal with AX upon XC and BF upon FC also equal with, so AE upon ED and BF upon FC become equal. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Sir.
Chalo, start writing. Proof again. I hope we have understood this part, children.
Yes, sir.
So proof. What are we going to write? Draw diagonal AC. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
And now what should I write? In what? In triangle
ADC.
DC.
ADC. What do I write?
A upon ED.
No. EX parallel DC given. I have told you how to write. First, you have to write which lines are parallel. And because the lines are parallel, so by
BPT.
yes. Now you're going to write. Tell me what? AE
A upon ED.
ED is equal to
AX upon XC.
AX upon XC. What is
XC.
this? What is this? Our equation 1.
1.
Yes or no?
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
And what?
In triangle CBA.
Yes. Correct. Right. And in triangle CBA, yes, again,
F is parallel to BA.
XF is parallel to BA.
So by BPT.
This is given to us.
Yes, sir.
You are not going to write so, you will write therefore. I don't have the symbol of therefore, so I am putting every time so. It is actually therefore. Therefore, by BP, AX upon XC is equal to, because I want in that form, BF upon FC. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
And what is AX in this case? This is lower part. Lower part upon upper part is equal to lower part upon upper part. But yesterday only we have said that we can take anything, part upon part, lower upon upper, upper upon lower, higher, whole and part, everything. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So from 1 and 2, both are equal to AX upon XC. So AE upon ED thus becomes equal to BF
upon F.
FC. You know, children, what is the reason called for this? The reason, there is a word. Again, it is called as by transitivity. What is the transitivity? It is like this. See, what is the transitivity? For
X
your
upon
knowledge,
FC.
huh? No. Transitivity is like this. A is equal to B and
B is equal to C.
C is equal to B. If A and C both are equal to B, then A and C are equal. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
That is called as transitivity. This is for your information. Just this is for your information, nothing more. Finished, hence proved. And where you have solved the example one, na, there you write one note at the top of the margin or somewhere with the bold ink, red ink or something like that. Note. We forgot to write this. Whenever we perform some operations on equal ratios, numerator changes while the denominator does not. The part of the fraction which need not change is always brought to the denominator. Just complete this note. You should know this. These are small little hints and facts which we should know.
Sir, your mic is on.
Yes, I know that. Just complete this proof and the note. Finish this question.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Example number 3. Children, I hope that you are writing the questions. Right on, just write in short. Example 3. Write like this. In the given figure, what they have given us is that PS upon SQ, PS upon SQ is equal to PT upon TR, PT upon TR. And angle PST is equal to angle PRQ. PST is equal to PRQ. Prove that PQR is an isosceles triangle. This is the question that they have given us. They have also given us the figure. They have given us the triangle P, Q, and R. and there is this line P, Q, R, S, T. What they are saying, what they have given to us, children, PS upon SQ is equal to PT upon TR. What happens if this is the fact?
The lines are parallel.
By
Lines.
BPT.
by what?
Reverse.
Converse of BPT. Yes, this is the converse. If the ratios are equal. And what happens when these two lines are parallel? Further, what they are saying, PST, this is PST angle is over here, is equal to PRQ, that is this angle. And when these two lines are parallel, will I get angle S also equal with angle Q, corresponding angles?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
So
Yes.
S with Q and S with R means Q and R become equal. Yes or no? Transitivity.
Yes,
And
sir.
if these two angles are equal, by converse of isosceles, the triangle becomes an isosceles triangle. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Correct. Start writing proof. I hope you are understanding, children, what we are saying.
Yes, sir.
Chalo. So again, so in triangle PQR, again, we are going to write what? PS upon SQ. Always mention in which triangle you are doing all these things. PS upon SQ is PT upon TR given. PT upon TR given. And if the ratios are equal, by converse of BPT. Therefore, by converse of BPT, you're going to get ST parallel QR. And therefore, angle PST is equal to angle PQR. Corresponding angles of parallel lines. But what, children? Angle PST is already given equal with angle PRQ. Are they already given equal to us?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Therefore, PQR and PRQ become equal.
Yes, sir.
Angle PQR
Okay,
becomes
opposite are
equal
equal.
with angle PRQ by transitivity because they are equal with the same angle. And therefore, by converse, this is what we have learned in last year. If the angles are equal, the sides become equal. Converse of isosceles triangle. Yes or no?
Yes, sir. Opposite sides.
Yes.
PQ becomes equal with PR. And there, thus, angle PQR is now an isosceles triangle because PQ and PR become equal.
Sir, then triangle PST also is a isosceles triangle.
PST also will become an isosceles triangle. Correct. Very good. Hence proved. Hence proved. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Good. Finished?
Yes.
Everybody has finished.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Chalo, very, very fast. One sum, there is some time we can solve one more sum. Exercise 6.2, question number 1. Find EC, they have said. The first figure. Okay, let us draw the. Now you can open the books. A, B, C, and D is a line parallel. Chalo, draw the figure A, B, C quick. Something this kind of a triangle they have given us. And there is a line D which is parallel. So what are we going to use? In ABC, if D is parallel, what are we going to use?
BPT.
BPT. 1.5, 1. 1.5 and 1 they have given. And simply DB is 3. Can you find out EC?
Yes, sir. 2.
Yes.
Cross multiply.
Yes.
Chalo, do it. Solution. How should we start the solution? What in what?
In triangle ABC.
Huh?
Given B parallel BC.
Given. Therefore,
AD upon
DD
DD.
upon
DD.
array by
DD upon-
BPT, mention by BPT, AD upon DB is equal
Is
to
equal to A upon EC.
upon EC. Yes. Now put the values. 1.5
1.5
upon 3 is
is
equal to 1.
1 upon EC.
See, cross
Yes.
multiply, get the answer. Yes, you're right. EC is equal to 1 into 3 divided by 1.5. Ultimately, our EC comes out to be 2 because 1.5 2 is 3. Yes or
Yes, sir.
no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Fine. Everybody has reached till here.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Anyways, 1 minute is left. I don't want to do anything in a hurry. We'll stop over here. We will continue tomorrow. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Bye bye.
Thank you, sir. Bye.